Welcome everyone to Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. Tonight we're going to have episode 156 of The Coin Vault Has Opened. I have just a few 1969s here. I believe it's just P&D, we'll have to see. And then I've got a couple more smaller rolls that we can go through tonight. These 69s, it just wasn't quite enough for a show. Definitely not enough. So we're going to go through these. Welcome everybody, welcome accredited coins. Good luck with your taxes. Rock 'em. Hopefully you do awesome. And you get a big tax refund. Welcome everybody. So we'll go through these here and see if there's any nice coins in here. This first one looks like it's probably a red-brown, got a little bit darker areas on it. And then we'll look and see if there's any double dies or any RPMs or anything. But welcome everybody. Hopefully everyone is having a good week here. Yeah, I just got my $10.99 from PayPal today. So I think it's almost tax time, and then after taxes, hopefully I can get a nice refund and do some crazy buying on eBay. It's definitely one of my favorite times of year. However, I have sold a lot more this year than I have in past years, so for all I know I may end up owing a little bit, but I think I'm going to be good. I think I'm going to get a nice tax refund. But never exploring higher numbers the way I have this year. I won't know until I put it all on math and see it. But from everything I can see, it looks good. Well, if you owe an additional $50,000, then you probably did something right, because that's quite a bit to have to pay. This one here definitely has some environmental damage on it. Kind of interesting looking coin though. Possibly a little bit of toning starting to try to happen on this coin. Looks like the mint cello must have gotten some moisture in it. Well, you have to have had a good job to be able to, but hopefully by the time you start writing off all your expenses, it sounds like you did a ton of advertising for your website. And I believe you should be able to stock sales. Well, who knows? There might be a thing in. I feel like there was something for like 401ks or something where. Okay, the nicest one here so far. I almost want to hear that I heard that some stuff, if you had to move it out of it, that there weren't going to be fees, but I don't know the exact what that implied. So don't quote me on that. But this year I feel like a lot of people probably had to pull money from a lot of places, and I think the government's kind of aware of that. I feel like this one is kind of interesting. It's almost like it kind of reminds me of a bagged coin, or like from a big mint zone bag. Yeah, that's the thing, like when you're selling coins and you're selling on eBay especially, or if you have a website, there's a lot of expenses, and so you can have some good sales, but then when you start to like write everything off, or like kind of like, you know, when you kind of look at how much you spent on everything, I'd say I probably, like my sales are probably between like a 15 and 20% margin of would-be profit, and then I write off all of my other expenses, and it ends up feeling like, why do I do this? But this year I feel like I've done better. I feel like definitely, I mean, my sales have been 3 times higher than they were last year at least. So I think that I made some money this year, and so that is good. Yeah, especially like your website that you were starting up, like it takes a lot of money to get a website going. So we have some Philadelphias here. Normally I show you guys the bag before, but there was only a few, so I just decided to divide up the piles. Looks like this one has a little bit of toning, but just kind of some weird squiggly marks on it. A lot of these seem like they've had some sort of moisture. I've had mint sets before that look just like these. But I feel like eBay has been really, really weird this last week. It was like on fire, and I don't know if it's the managed payments or just all of the things going on in the world. But just bizarre sales. Like I feel like eBay was, it was just like no offers, no anything. No sales, no offers, and then in the last 2 hours here, it's like I got like a couple days worth of sales. And so I don't know what's going on. Yeah. I mean, just the fact that, you know, you can write it off, but that it, you know, it helps put your name out there. It helps, you know, give people another place. And it's like if you slowly build up the reputation there, I think more and more people will know about your store. If you guys haven't checked out accreditedcoins.com, Accredited Coins has been working hard to make an awesome site. So you guys can check out accreditedcoins.com if you guys are so inclined to check out an awesome coin website. Alright, so let's see. I will turn on some light here and we can look through these. Looks like there was like maybe not even 20. But these came from, I bought a huge flat rate box full of mint Cellos, and the previous owner who sold them to me was kind enough to divide everything by date in different bags. So I have everything in different bags, but most of the rolls are just partial rolls. And so I'm just kind of opening them as I pull them off the top of the box. The E there looks a little bit interesting, but I think it's probably just machine doubling. I was trying to remember if this was the floating roof year, but that is definitely not a floating roof there. Did your, I checked out your sales on your site, and I checked out about just the sales on eBay were bizarre. So I checked out yours for the past week, Accredited Coins on eBay, and then I checked out about 5 or 6 other kind of big sellers. And it did seem like everybody just, like everyone was getting like 1 or 2 sales and then like just dead for the day. So I thought it was kind of interesting. But did you sign up for managed payments yet? Because I'm curious. I feel like that is messing with people somehow. I'm not 100% sure what is going on. Wait a minute, there's like a line on the L, and then looks like there's been something inside the B. Maybe it's machine damage. Like if you look at the E, it almost looks a little bit scooped out there. This mint cello is really loose. It's kind of keep losing focus. We'll check out the rest of the coin. The letters looked really skinny. Well, that's the thing. I got an email saying that everybody, like I had to register about 2 weeks ago, and it said that everybody was going to be on managed payments by the end of the month. Yet my second eBay store, there's not even a place for me to register. So I am not sure. That one looks interesting. I'm just going to put that one to the side. Just look at a couple more of them here, see if that's a theme. But yeah, everyone I know that has an eBay store, they have not gotten the request. It said that people who are in managed payments will be able to purchase, or will be at a list again on the 25th. So I expect a lot of people who have been unable to sell their coins on eBay, who were in managed payments and it was restricted. I believe there's going to be a lot more people. Yeah, I don't want to be on managed payments. It was not something I wanted. I love PayPal. They're just totally trying to go around PayPal. Um, there's really no advantage to me. Like, I've been trying to play in my mind what the advantage is, but I can't. Like, it's just me kind of like trying to look at the bright side. Yeah, I would not, until they force you to, I wouldn't. And they said that I was going to be, they'd give me a 2-week warning before it started, and then another warning in 2 days before, and I haven't gotten a 2-week warning yet, so I really don't know what their plan is. Hey, welcome, Oops, Sorry X. How are you tonight? I'm hoping that eBay released your money for all the coins you sold. It seems like they must have by now. But yeah, I've just heard like horror stories about managed payments, and anytime there's something new, there's like always horror stories about things. But definitely not looking forward to it. This one kind of reminds me of the other one that we looked at before. There almost looks like there's a split on the L and maybe the bottom of the E. See if there's any notches anywhere. Yeah, I zoom in and then I can't see. I don't know if I drank too much coffee or not enough. And so it doesn't look like there was any 19. Is there little pieces of copper in there? That's not what I like to see in my Cellos. That means these coins probably got rubbed up against each other at some point. It doesn't make a very nice rim. Let's see what the rims look like. They don't actually look that bad. So I don't know, eBay is definitely, I know you don't pay attention to accredited coins as much to the auctions, or at least you don't participate in them as much. Maybe that'll change here. But I feel like things have slowed way down in the auctions. I feel like there's way less. Like there's probably about as many auctions as there were, but everything, instead of things being like everything's like double, triple their PCGS value price at auction. And so I'm not 100% sure what's going on, if just a bunch of people are getting into the business and just getting into reselling and buying stuff and then just trying to flip it. But it's interesting. Well, that'll be good. I mean, I keep saying it'll be good because I keep winning too many auctions. Like, I just finally finished paying my last auctions from like Wednesday, just because I was just winning everything and no one was bidding against me. And it was all really, really, really good stuff. So, it definitely, if someone else is bidding, then I can't win at all. And it also drives up the more people that are bidding on things, the higher the buy it nows end up going, because like people will look when they're buying something and they'll see, oh, an auction ended for this amount, and then they'll want to hit the, they'll want to buy it now for close to what the auction went. And so the higher the auctions go, the higher the buy it now prices are. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Buying like a minimum grade of kind of where they kind of jump up. One thing I definitely noticed though is that the coins that are right on the edge where the price jumps up, those are the coins that when someone makes a new discovery, those coins seem to go down in price. Because the reason that they're worth more money at that level is because there's not enough of them to go around, but then when somebody gets a couple more graded at that grade, the price jumps up. Or I'm sorry, the price drops down to kind of match. It's almost like every extra coin of that grade, the price kind of gets divided. Some things probably not if there's just it's an extremely popular coin. And that's an absolutely, that's definitely how I started off, just trying to buy one of every coin. What I found is that trying to keep one of every coin in stock, that is still one of my goals. But I just found that some coins, I guess it's like trying to get them at a level you're comfortable buying in. And there was definitely a point that I would pay well above PCGS price just to keep a coin in stock. And there's still a couple coins, like 1982s, I will pay above to keep them in stock. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I took a look at my 1099s today, and I had read about it, but it looks like a nightmare. Like basically, they're saying that any money you paid in taxes, they're not reporting it as taxes. They're reporting it as income. Like I looked at mine, it was like 0 tax paid. I'm like, eBay takes it out automatically, and then PayPal sends it separately, so like how could it be? But basically, like, yeah, it's PayPal looks like it's ridiculous. Like basically eBay and PayPal threw us all under the bus, but whatever number, from what I understand, whatever number PayPal has on your 2099, even if it's not accurate, use that number because that is what is being reported to the IRS. Yeah, my PayPal was $5,000 off of my total eBay sales. And basically what I chalk that up to is that PayPal is not including, or that PayPal is including taxes paid through PayPal. Yes, you have to use the 1099 to do it. That is what the IRS gets. So if you try to argue with the 1099, the IRS is they're gonna give you so much work to do. You wish that you had just gone with whatever the 1099 said. I absolutely, I'm not a tax accountant. I'm not a tax professional. I get a tax professional to do my taxes. And so like by all means I'm not giving tax advice here, but just like from what I understand, like make sure to do exactly what those numbers are. Yes, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's exactly why I get someone like a professional. I hire a professional to do my taxes because I don't want to make any mistakes. If I have to spend like days or hours fixing something, that's time when I could be working, time when I could be doing anything else. And so my plan is to get it right the first time and have somebody look over everything so that I know everything's right so that I can sleep at night. I do not believe, I believe that eBay basically passed it all along. This one looks interesting. I believe that eBay passed it all along to PayPal. However, we're into managed payment lands now, and so I believe this next year is going to be a doozy as well. It kind of looks like there's like split or extra thickness on the T and the Y, but maybe it's just but yeah, I believe this next year, let's see if there's any notches on anything. The I looks kind of thick. But yeah, this next year, I believe it'll be managed payments that will 1099. And then since say, like, for example, if I'm not in managed payments, I'm not in it yet, I've applied and waiting. But so I'm going to get a 1099 from PayPal, and then I'm going to get a 1099 from managed payment. So it's like I'm going to get two 1099s, and it's going to just be awful, I think. But no, I do not believe eBay sends a 1099. I feel like you can use eBay. Yeah, in fact, eBay used to have a place where you could see things, and now there's just a report. That T looks really interesting too. The side of the building almost looked like there was something there. Yeah, we'll come back down there. I just want to check out what the rest of it looks like. Some of this looks a little wider. I can't quite tell. It's like we haven't looked at very many of these yet. I believe eBay used to, and then I feel like I started getting it from PayPal, and it's like I'd way rather use eBay because I feel like you're actually able to see the totals of everything there. That kind of looks like a double die of some sort. Can't quite tell if it's just a smoothness. There's like definitely a second layer there. I don't feel like I see a notch. I'll have to check that one out too. Yeah, it makes me feel, I feel like there should just be a standard with eBay where they shouldn't change things mid-year. I feel like it's bad business. It's like setting everybody up to like make a mistake. Let's zoom back out here. Some interesting coins this year. That kind of looks a little bit like the other one. Just not as strong. But I don't know, I'm really curious of what this next year is going to be like. I mean, supposedly we're getting what I feel like the rumor or the news, whatever you want to call it. Everybody's going to get like another $1,400 check, and granted some people are just going to have to spend that money right away, but I feel like a lot of people have been using it to kind of make their own business. It seems like a lot of people have gotten into reselling this year. That's kind of interesting, where it's like almost everyone has turned into a reseller that doesn't have a normal job. But will it create a huge bubble? That's kind of what I want to know. Only one way to find out. But it seems like every time we've got a stimulus check, everything has gone crazy on eBay. I'm going to put two of those aside there. And I'll grab, I think the next bag that I had was 1976. And so we'll check those out. Maybe we'll have better luck with these ones here. And I suppose I'm not going to be able to see if it's San Francisco as well. What is that one? Tone? Nice. Alright, let's see if I can turn the light off. Zoom back out, we can see what we're dealing with here. That's an interesting tone. It's like, it's almost like it's white, but then it also kind of looks blue, and then underneath here it doesn't look like anything. Pretty much this entire, almost this entire half of the coin has like a blue color to it. But it looks like this rim, it's got a rim ding on it. It's kind of a bummer, because the coin has, like down here on cent, it's kind of like a blue silver color. I guess it's the kind of toning that disappears here. Let me switch into, give me 1 second. I'm just going to switch into the other view here because it seems like I'm able to see things clearer. Okay. But hopefully I'll be doing my taxes next week. Who knows? Maybe I feel like I've gotten my medical stuff. I've gotten my 1099. Mortgage. I believe I have everything. I just need to take some time and go through everything, gather up all my expenses. Yeah, they don't make it easy. But yeah, I guess one thing you can use, because that's the thing too, it's, you know, it's like they're showing the gross amount, your gross, I guess the closest thing I can think of is like PayPal shows your gross receipts, but they don't show any of, you know, the deductions. They don't show anything like that. And so then with eBay, I feel like their sales reports have gotten a lot better than they were. You know, now you can see your total PayPal fees, you can see your total you can see your taxes, your eBay fees, your promoted listing fees. I feel like, you know, I feel like it should show things better. But it's just weird because when PayPal isn't showing any of your state taxes, it almost seems like they want people to mess up. Why, I don't know. It's just giving the government more work. It's giving us more work. Like there's a little dot there. This is probably one of the better coins here. Maybe there's a couple scratches in the fields. Yeah, that's. It does look like the taxes. It looks like the PayPal remittance is not included in the. For mine, it looks like the taxes are included in it. But I only looked at mine for about 5 minutes, and it was just like, I have never seen one that looks quite like this before. This one's got some toning on it too. It's kind of a pink color. It does show up here. The obverse on this one looks pretty nice. I'm assuming that this would probably grade out as a red-brown though. Let's see if there's anything obvious. Some tiny little speckles on the reverse. Some toning around the rim down here, a nice little crescent. It's a kind of cool coin. It's really pink, like half of it's super pink. How far are you into your taxes so far? This one's got some toning too. Just a little bit of pink. Kind of some interesting textures and tones on the reverse. One might turn really pretty someday. This is interesting. This one's toned too. Doesn't quite show as well, but there's kind of like a green silver over on the side here. So I want to assume that most of these would come back as red-brown. This one's got a little toning on it. I feel like we have seen one or two tone coins from this box, but 76 looks like it's... Yeah, this one's got toning on it as well. This one's got some like deep, dark pink purple there. Oh wow, that looks like green when I look down on it. I swear there's a couple colors like that are like green and pink, and they show up as opposite on my computer, and I don't get it. Yeah, it's like all green around it, and then it's like a dark purple pink. You got the big bill building, yeah. I gotta see this one. Yeah, this one's got like kind of like a green haze. It's kind of interesting that all of these are like the same date, and they're all toned, and like the other ones in the box have not been toned like this. Yeah, the back of this one's kind of a green color as well, doesn't show up. I wonder. Not really. But yeah, that one looks so dark when I looked at it. Well, it seems like you're really good at math accredited coins, so I think that you probably have everything set up just right. You probably know where your expense is, but I guess if you took out a bunch of money in stocks and stuff, that can definitely hit. But if you're knowing exactly what you're doing, you probably already thought about how much the hit was going to be, and then how much you expected to be able to make because of making the money liquid. Definitely seems like the market is in a terrifying place to be. This one has a pink color to it as well on the obverse. Oh yeah, a little bit of it showing up there. But yeah, like the market dives so bad, and then supposedly it's way up, but it's because it's like basically the 1% now own, instead of 95% of the market, now they own like 99% of the market. It basically like all of the country's wealth, just anything that wasn't already consolidated in, just went in. It's a pretty crazy world we live in. I guess I forgot too, California supposedly is, or at least Newsom was talking about doing a stimulus fund as well. That would be kind of cool. I guess we'll have to see if there's competing stimulus checks going out. Wow, this one's toned as well. This one I couldn't even see this one because another coin was on it, but this one is pretty nice. Some really nice pink and purple. On the reverse, it's got some more. Yeah, we just hit like a really toned cluster. And I guess the thing that I like about the Cellos as well is that, you know, all of these are encapsulated, so I feel like if I sent a nice coin that was toned like this off to PCGS, they would be a lot more likely that it would not come back in a genuine or questionable color. We very well might be in a lot of trouble in this state. Every state may be in a lot of trouble. From what I heard, one of the last things that I heard is like we actually the government had the state had so much money in stocks, and because stocks have done so well, they did like way better, and so it's not like they're gonna keep doing better like that. But it sounds like they have a huge surplus that they were not expecting, and it's like it's a one-time thing, and really they should be putting all that money in the bank for when it all goes down, because then all of a sudden they're not going to have enough money to pay for everything else. Another really nicely toned coin. This was unexpected. I didn't think these all were going to be toned going into this roll. Be interesting to see how some of these grade, because some of them are pretty cool here. I think we're just gonna have to wait and see. I mean, things don't look good in my opinion, but it's like things keep kind of not working the way I expect them to. And so that's been kind of interesting. Part of me feels like we're just being told that things are better than they actually are. But I'm not sure. Hold on 1 second, let me mute some things here. Apologize about that ruckus. That almost looks a tiny bit thicker. I think that eye looks really thick. I have a question for you. Accredited Coins, you use the PCGS registry, correct? I was curious, I haven't been able to log in to my PCGS registry. I can log into my account, but the registry is not there. None of my sets are there, like all the tabs are gone. So I'm just curious if you're having the same thing. I can log in through my phone, but it's been basically all weekend. I'm basically like buying and selling blind, which is not fun. It's like I can log in on my phone, but it takes like 3 minutes to look up a cert to see how much I paid for a coin. I think after they go back up, I'm going to download and make a spreadsheet of my PCGS registry and then just do that every couple months just to have a backup. You're having the same? Yeah. I just didn't know if they were like doing some, you know, planning, doing something with it or something. It just seems like if they're going to take it down to like do something, they should like warn people. It just seems like it would be a good idea to me. Maybe next time they do it. It does work if you have the cell phone app. You can log in through the app on the phone, and it takes a while, but it is possible to access your information. Better than nothing. Yeah, that's after it comes back up, I'm definitely gonna steal, because I was just realizing that like that information is basically, it's worth a lot of money to me. It's, you know, like all the research and stuff you do with your spreadsheets, it's like that's basically all my information right there. It's definitely, I couldn't reproduce it, I couldn't make it up. And so it's definitely something I'd like to keep a spare copy of off of the internet. It's like when the power goes out and stuff, I'm not able to log into PCGS as well. And so it'd be nice to have a hard copy for like winter storms when the power company decides it's too dangerous for us all to have electricity because because they don't manage their own system. That one looks pretty thick, but also pretty not struck very well. I feel like there was a bunch of double dies for this year, but they were like almost worth less than the PCGS value of a coin, or maybe the prices hadn't been updated. Almost looks like there's just a strike on the U there to make it. Alright, yeah, and there's like scooping on the W. It's just machine damage. I think you were talking about getting proofs for every single year. Were you doing that with nickels, dimes, quarters, and everything? I'm just curious, like my experience with a lot of the modern, basically like I will buy stuff past 1980 proof, but I will take like, I will pay rock bottom prices, like, I don't know, like I bought a lot of modern proof like after 1980, and I feel like I'm still trying to sell a bunch of it years later. While it does, while having some of the newer stuff really cheap now that I'm trying to like push it out to buy different coins, I feel like it does attract a little bit of attention, having coins at a really low price, but at the same time I wish that I had purchased stuff that was just more fluid, sold quicker. I feel like even though I'm making sales because other people are buying them for cheap and then coming and buying other stuff, I feel like I would have made a lot more money if I had bought things. Like business strikes moderns, they sell great. I have no problem selling them, but really modern proofs, except for some of the commemoratives, I feel like just go really slow. Yeah, and maybe proof, I mean I still have some of my proof 70s, but I feel like a lot of the proof 70s, no, I'd say most of the proof 70s sold, but when I first started buying proof 70s, the prices were like hundreds of dollars, and now they're like $20 to $40 on a lot of the coins, and so a lot of the stuff started out really high, and then some people just got tons of them graded and the price just tanked. That sounds like a great goal. I've had really good luck with the errors. I would say like most of the errors that I've bought have sold. Oh, this one looks kind of interesting. It's probably just machine damage, but one thing looked triple. Yeah, the gold is pricey. It's like I feel like modern gold rotates more around spot price than it does about with like numismatic. I think this is all just scooped up, or at least it was up there. Looks like the tail of the 9 has it's damaged. The Lincolns feel, Lincolns have been that's been my main focus for the past 10 plus years, is just Lincolns. It wasn't until, like last 4 or 5 months that I started nickels, dimes, and quarters, and half dollars and dollars. But I feel like the prices of Lincolns and the supply of like higher grade Lincoln cents, they seem like they're drying up. I'm not seeing as many for auction or for buy it now, at least the business strike. I feel like I've seen lots of proof, and I've been buying a bunch of the proof. But it seems like the business strikes, I'm not sure what's going on. It seems like there are just less of them around and less of them around. I have like 3 or 4 people who are just every day they buy 1 or 2 of my 30s, 1 or 2 of my 40s, just every day consistently, like not building a set, just, pecking off a couple from my inventory, pecking off a couple from my inventory. And then like when I am bidding on stuff, the prices are just going up and up. Right. Yeah, I've never really been to a real coin show in my life. This one's got a super weak strike. Maybe it got struck through grease there. I've always wanted to. I feel like on YouTube here, it's been the closest being able to see other people go in. I know that there's bigger coin shows some places, but all the videos I see, I'm kind of disappointed. Like in my head, it's like I just want to imagine like just, like football field just full of slabbed coins. But I feel like a lot of the coins are not slabbed. Maybe it's the PCGS shows that really have, a lot of good quality slabbed ones. Yeah, don't show your hand. Just, hey, do you have any inexpensive mint sets I can take a look at? Oh, how far back do these proofs go? Oh, that's way too much money, but can I look at them anyway? Can I get a proof 1909 VDB to go with this 1909 VDB business strike? That would be cool to have both. Well, that's also what I wonder is like how many 1936 satins are there for sale at a coin show to begin with? Is there like one person that has one? Or it's like, does every single 1936 satin like end up like going for a road trip to these shows? I mean, it's like, I know that there's gotta be like some proof mafias out here that just, they have a back stock and they just kind of like put one up for sale at a time and just, make it seem like the market doesn't have any of them, but I feel like there's gotta be a few sellers that just have back stock for like the next 50 years. It's like they basically already own the market. And they just kind of like piece it out to people, then they drop the price, and then the people that buy them to resell them can't resell them, so then they eventually lower the price, and then they get scooped back up, and then just repeat. Yeah, there was, and then they all come out of the woodwork. yeah, that's definitely, I feel like I remember when we were first buying a bit of 1936s. I feel like there was like nothing, there was like 5 or 6 of them. And then as soon as like we both bought one, then all of a sudden there's like 20 or 30. I mean, part of me, it's like I know at the moment, I believe, no one's corrected me on this, but I checked like as many of the big sellers as I could, and I believe I have more PCGS graded coins listed for sale on eBay than any other seller, which blows my mind. But at the same time, I almost feel like I should take down like 3/4 of my store, which just because I feel like if there was like only one Proof 68 Lincoln wheat cent, then it would, you know, be a lot more likely to sell than if I've got 8 of them sitting up and the only one selling them. It seems like you know, if you have 8 of them, it doesn't look as rare if you have 1 of them. Just my thought. But at the same time, I know that there's, you know, I know that there's someone that probably that has 1,000,000 PCGS slabs. They just have like a warehouse vault thing. I mean, like, how many coins has PCGS graded? What is it, like? I don't even know. It's like definitely above 75 million. It could be like a billion, half billion. I don't even know. I know on their website it usually says like, you know, this many. You know, we just reached a new goal. We're insane. But where are all those coins? Does like everybody just have 1 or 2? Or are there a bunch of really, really rich people that just own most of the coins? I'd like to know. Well, the thing, I guess that's the thing, that's what bothers me is like I don't feel like the PCGS king. I feel like a small time eBayer, but then at the same time it's like, I'm like, where are all the other coins? Where are they all hiding? Do they just go into private collections, get put in the vault, and disappear forever? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But at the same time, like a lot of other people, their coin collections are a lot more specific and a lot more valuable than mine. But I don't know, it's like I've tried buying a lot higher graded coins, more rare coins, and I had a lot more difficult time selling. Like anything over $200, I have a lot harder time selling than I do for things between $20 and $40. It just seems to be my sweet spot. Are you doing the dab? Oops, sorry, X. Ooh, what's going on with these ones? I don't like this. These mint cellos have, it's like they have white powder in them. Oh, these aren't cello. Alright, these aren't for sale. Let's check these out. There's like, it kind of looks like there was moisture and like white powder in these. I don't know if it'll even show up on here. I think you can see like, if you can see like kind of that texture, it's like, I gotta switch here. Any update on eBay? What was the question about eBay? I'm sorry, friend. eBay is doing a lot better, although it's definitely weird. can get this to focus. Maybe it's just the cello here. And maybe it doesn't show up. Oh no, but this whole area up here, it's like, it's almost like there's like white powder inside. Maybe some of them will show up better here. But I don't think I've ever seen a mint cello like that, let alone a whole bunch of them. It's like I've seen like dark stuff in it, but yeah, it's like it's white. Oh, that's what I was trying to do. Let's see if... Okay, yeah, you guys can see what I'm looking about. It's like I've never seen that. But less inflation of the same coins going into CAC. Interesting. Yeah, some of them, because the people will keep getting the coins rehold, or they'll crack them out. And so, like, if you have a coin, wow, all these are, I guess let's look at the coins. The mint cellos are ugly. But yeah, it's, I think PCGS right now is having a special where I think it's like $10 to get a coin reholdered. And then like a certain percentage of the coin's value. It might be fun to like try to move some NX or NGCs, maybe move some early proofs from a NGC, get it for cheaper, and then get it in a PCGS holder. The coin. This thing looks circulated. Yeah, these mint cellos are really weird. Is this one toned, or just the way the light is hitting it? It's like this coin basically I feel like looks brown. I already left feedback on this package. I just looked at like the top 4 or 5 rolls and I'm like, alright, it is what it is. Hopefully the rest aren't like this. But yeah, my plan pretty much is to focus on about like 80% modern, or like 80% like business strikes, like kind of like 1930 through present, and then about 20% you know, buy higher grade and old proofs, you know, from 1936. If I'm able to start getting into the teens, and if I'm able to start getting into Indian head cents, I feel like I keep almost buying more proof Indian head cents, and I feel like I should. Some of the amounts, the populations, they're just ridiculously low. It's like I feel like there's going to be people that are going to want them, and if the market is completely eaten up, they'll have no choice but to, you know, start offering money for them. Probably the best one we've seen in here. So still no managed payments on eBay. They made it sound like I had to, and it was like, you know, like sign up now because you won't want an interruption in your business. You know, like it's like if you get forced into it in a day and then you can't sell until you get it onto the managed payments. They made it sound like I could like basically not be put in a position where I wouldn't be able to buy or sell anything. From what I understand, certain item specifics though are becoming necessary. For coins, you'll have to, everyone should have the date and the denomination anyway. But I feel like the denominations, that's even like a new thing. That wasn't even on before, so anyone with older listings is just going to get their listings yanked, and then they're going to have to fix them before they can even list anything else. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they can go down to, I mean, you might look and see what proof Indian head cents were like 10 years ago, because I guess like just, plot a couple, like just basically like plot some points, like look at what they were, because it seems like they used to be worth a small fortune. I feel like just the market in some ways has been declining, but I feel like it's gonna start picking back up here again. I feel like there are a lot of new collectors entering, and so it's like I feel like as people kind of more mature into their collecting, I feel like it's gonna really open up. I'm really hoping that eBay is going to start focusing on coins, because they've kind of neglected their coin category. They're like over glorifying the trading card industry, which I'm glad that baseball cards and stuff are having a comeback. That's awesome. But it seems like they're spending a bunch of time on one category, and then and I just hope they start to do that with coins, because I feel like they've kind of neglected them for a long time. Like, we don't even have all the right item specifics to enter for our coins. It doesn't even give us the correct choices to do for a bunch of them. Like, satin finish coins have been around, like the modern stuff has been, what's like 2005, and like there's still not a satin finish for the Lincoln cent. We're forced to like put it in proof and business strike listings, and then people are like grumpy about it, like, why are you listed in this category? Listed in the proof. And the proof people are like, put it in a business strike, and then other people are like, don't put it in either, but you have to put it in something or nobody sees it. Okay, have a good step out. I will see you in the future. I'll be here for a little bit longer. Hopefully. One-toned. One's got an interesting texture. It's like almost like lines, like die scratches going, or die polishing, like going up and down, kind of satiny or silky or something. I think I like the last roll where they were all toned. Like, these ones all seem red-brown. But I guess the toned ones were red-brown too, but I'd rather have red-brown that's all these bright, happy colors, that's for sure. Pretty big blow to his head there. I feel like I've had 1978s before here on the show, and I don't believe any of them were this bad. I feel like this was not the best batch. The rim looks a little interesting, a little bit beveled. Alright, coffee break, and then we can zoom in on these and see. I don't remember there being anything really interesting for 1978. Let me see if I left open copper coins. It looks like there is a Denver mint mark, or a D over D, that's like 40 bucks, and MS65. Alright, we can look. One second, I apologize, I just had to look at eBay for 1 second. Somebody's offering something. Let's see if they like that. Okay, let's turn on some lights again. We'll zoom in. Let me get these out of here so I have somewhere to put them. lights. Lights, please. See what we're dealing with up close here too. I guess I didn't zoom in to see. I think that this one is actually a cleaner Cello, but it almost just looks like there is like something inside the Cellos. Like, I don't understand how something could like oxidize inside there and kind of like leave a residue. Maybe these were like test batches. Someone was like trying, exposing a bunch of different coins to different chemicals. To look at a few more. The 7 on the bottom there looked really wide. That's definitely why I like having a bunch of the same date to look at the same time. Yeah, this Cello is open. I didn't even notice. I wonder how many of these are. That one's almost open. But it's like, yeah, I guess these are good examples. I mean, this looks like a circulated coin. Look at that white stuff. It was just like chilling on a basement floor. But who knows, maybe the coin we're looking for is going to be in one of these terribly ugly. Let's imagine what the rest of the proof set looked like. You know, it's like if it was silver, I wouldn't be worried because you can, you know, get, if it tarnishes or whatnot, you can get that off. Another one. I don't know if this is a weak strike. We had one like this earlier. It's a commonplace for a weak strike. But I don't think we're finding multiple struck through greases here. I'm gonna hope that this is the worst roll in this box. Because if it's like a half a box of Cellos like this, I don't even know what I would do with all these. Take them out, bring them to the store, roll them up. Build a time capsule. I guess in 100 years I wouldn't mind coming across a box of these. But from all the books I've been reading, it definitely seems like people used to hoard coins. Like, it was like everybody was a serious collector. I feel like people knew what gold and silver was. They knew what wealth was, and now it's like people are like, oh, I have an iPhone, I have money, or, you know, why would I want gold? Why would I want silver? Why would I want any of these things? It's just a different world today. Accredited coins, are you off on eBay buying up the rest of the older proof coins? I want to see this. I want to see this market where you're bidding on all the stuff too. Buy up as much of the market before you make it go crazy. I mean, maybe it's some of this white stuff, the coin was just sitting in that area of the cello before, and then it moved off to a different area. I guess the bright side is I can pretty much see through these. Until I get up close, huh? That looks like machine damage. I think that one's toast. Zoom back out here. I think the 76s were the treat tonight. Yeah, I guess I was happy with the last roll. Not as down with these 1978s. This one is probably one of the better looking ones here. It's got a little bit of toning on it. But we're going to need to do better than this. But we're getting some practice. I don't think I am going to send not one of these 1978Ds in for grading, that's for sure. Some of the 76s I think I would send in just to get some toned coins graded, but I'm not sure. I feel like I'd still want it, because by the time it's going to be a red-brown coin, you're going to want it 66 at least. I mean, there's basically no money in it until it's like a 67, but then even at a 67 red-brown, there's not nearly as many people who are looking for a 67 red-brown. It's only when there's not a 67 red available that it seems like people are interested in the 67 red-brown. Ouch, I can't even really see this one. Try refocusing it, but yeah, this cello is toast. What does one do with these toasted cellos? Do they just open them up and roll them? I'm definitely not going to post them back up up for sale like this on eBay and say, awesome roll. But it's not even a full roll to begin with. Kind of missing going through the older proof coins again. I feel like we kept having really good luck with those. What's everybody's favorite coin to go through? Okay, I was gonna say, wow, that T totally mushrooms out. But it looks like it got struck. There's a bunch of weird strikes on these cellos, like they got damage through like heavy things hit them. I mean, maybe these were all just kind of stored improperly and they were all getting whacked by larger coins. It just wasn't there to know. On the bright side, they made it in the mail. One weird thing I've been noticing on eBay is that the packages, my first class mail gets places faster than the 2-day priority. 2-day priority is taking about 10 days on average. And then I know, like I've sent things to the same person and like just had them like get like a single coin after I've packed up a flat rate package for them. And so I just like send it first class like separately, and the first class one's getting there before the 2-day one. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I'll give you guys the warning here. It looks like I think we've got about 4 or 5 more coins here. I didn't think we'd go through these this fast. I think all the other rolls that I saw were really, really big rolls that would probably take about 2 hours a piece. I think this is what we're going to do. I'm trying to think if I have anything else smaller. I don't think I have any really cool... I did get one double die I think I haven't shown, but I believe I'm going to make a video for that tomorrow, and it's not over here. But I did just get one new double die. I think it's $50. So I always like getting like a new variety I've never seen before, and then getting to make a video out of it. I feel like it's probably helps me learn better than a lot of things. Just seeing things firsthand, it just, like when I'm holding something in my hand staring at it, it seems like the best way to learn. Yeah, like look at how the rim on this thing is toasted. I mean, really, this coin is. It's kind of sad. Can you believe it? We went through those 3 partial rolls this fast. And this one has that same kind of struck through grease, or just the die is super worn out. I think the only other random coins I got here, I got this one here today. It was just a free gift. I think it's like a Liberty head, or there's like a nickel, 1908. It's got a little bit of sticker on it. Looks like there are some scratches up here at the top. But I feel like these are pretty common. It's got some scratches, some graffiti in the center there. I'm imagining that these are probably worth about 50 cents to $1. I don't know. Does it have a mint mark? Do I even know where the mint? I would have thought it would be about here. Was this a Liberty nickel? 1908. I just really have no idea. Three different Liberty nickels, 1908. Just want to see if I can find a mint mark on one so I can see. Oh, are they all Philadelphia here? When I look for mint marks, it's Philadelphia or non-specified, so maybe there aren't mint marks on them anywhere. What's the lowest one? $1.39. Looking like probably a little bit better, so about $1. But then you gotta ship it to someone, so that's the problem with all these older cool coins. When they just have a little bit of damage on them, it's like they're worth like $1, and like in person you could, like, you know, purchase one no problem or sell one, and you know, $1 is $1. But when you have to spend a few dollars shipping it to somebody, it's like all of a sudden these awesome coins that I'd love to collect, they just cost too much money. It's like that seems like really where the grade kind of comes into things. The other coin I got here is, this one is not quite a coin, but it says a free gift for you, and it says, Jesus is Lord. And so I guess maybe someone named Jesus made this. It's with 2 U's, no E. So it looks like this thing is like Webster's University, webster.edu, Denver. So it's like a old wooden nickel, I guess. Not that old, January 2012. Earn your master's degree in Castle Rock. So I'm guessing this thing is, maybe I could stick it in my stove, unless anybody thinks that I should not. But yeah. So how's everybody's week been? Have you guys had a good week? I hope you guys have. It sure was a week, but it's over. Next week, hopefully it will be better, and the week after will be better. But I wish everybody a good night. I'm going to call it a night. Thanks to Credited Coins for being here tonight. Thanks Oops Sorry X for being here tonight. Blue Sandy, if you're out there watching, thanks for being here tonight. And anybody else watching, stalking, thanks for being here. Hope to see you guys again. And yeah, have great weeks, everyone. See you all in the future.